Get the comfy chair!
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd with your host Mark and Sam. Hi Sam.
Hello there.
Right, it's a comfy chair. They come around real fast, these guys. We are trying to do it monthly, that's why. But it's kind of gets hectic because we don't quite record one a week, so we're always cutting across. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a regular schedule, this one. It's just comes in when it comes in. Anyway, right, so, shall I get started? I've got
good start.
4 decent ones and 1 bad, odd,
I
good,
got 4 total, so we can do like
good.
alternating. You start and finish.
I'll start. So I finally finished all 7 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Really good series, really terrific. My particular favourites were season 4 because it had Ghost Rider, and there was also this virtual world stuff that was really good too. But the first part of season 7 was also fantastic because they were time hopping. It was almost like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. do Quantum Leap or something. You know, it's a bit like that. Trying to stop this major event happening by interrupting time streams and things like that. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. went from like being a sort of Mission Impossible show for the first season. Then, you know, at one point they actually look at each other and sort of say, so we're in space now? You know, things like that. There was a tiny bit of crossover with the MC, you know, the cinematic universe. Lady Sif, for example, appeared in one episode.
And the whole the reveal of Hydra still being around, coincided with the release of Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Right? Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah, yes, but it was its own thing, and I think it turned out a lot of viewers fell off because they thought it was going to be a TV equivalent of the cinematic universe, and it kind of is its own thing. It really is, and if you accept that, you'll enjoy it. And I did. I thought it was really good, and I thought the cast was excellent. Greg Clarkson is standout, but the whole cast was really solid. I really liked it. There was some really interesting sort of insertions and changes of the crew as it went on that took a bit to get used to because you got to like them. It's a bit like Star Trek, right? Yeah, just like hanging with the cast almost. As they're doing this stuff. The difference is pretty much every episode is really either very good or just decent. There aren't any... There's no really terrible episodes. Let's put it that way. But yeah, and there was a lot went into this, and it wrapped up really well. It was weird because they actually thought they were wrapping up on season 5, and it kind of, you know, wrapped up in season 5. But then there was a little out because I think they found out right at the end of season 5 they were going to get extended for 2 more seasons. So they kind of gave it out. But I can't remember if it's just the last season or the last 2. No, I think it was the last 2 seasons. They were basically half the number of episodes as the previous seasons. Okay. So the first 5 seasons were 22 episodes each, so 110 shows, right? And then the last 2 seasons were 13 shows each, so 136 in all. And it ran from 2014 to 2020, and luckily it wrapped just before COVID hit in terms of filming and stuff like that. So they didn't have to like put it on hiatus and then bring the cast back 2 years later to finish it off or anything like that. It kind of all happened. Sorry, I got that wrong. It first aired in 2013 and last aired in 2020. But it kind of started in the September of a year and finished May the next year. That's kind of how it went mostly. Though, of course, when the shorter seasons came in, it kind of changed a bit. And this was kind of show run by Joss Whedon, somewhat. Not entirely, but he kind of had his fingers in it, and it was pretty cool. And like the further it went on, the less there was crossover with the Marvel universe. This is a good one. I'd say this and Agent Carter are the real standouts of the MCU TV universe. But there's some other good stuff, you know, Loki and stuff like that. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely deserves a rewatch, and it's on Disney Plus. So, you know, if you've got Disney Plus, there's 136 episodes to watch if you want to. And you can always just try a few and see what you think. Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, we watched like the first few seasons, but when it started to get into the like Inhuman stuff, and they wrote out half of the Fitzsimmons duo, that's where I kind of dropped. I dropped off.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I kind of dropped off the first time I watched it too.
Yeah.
It felt
we were
like
watching it together. Yeah,
it felt quality wise, it was a bit of a roller coaster. There were some really great episodes and not so good. But rewatching it now, the not so good ones don't feel as not so good. They feel pretty solid because I got to know the cast, I think. Also, I did watch this along with a podcast that was covering it called The Rewatch Project. And so I decided to watch along with them. So they kind of did one episode a week, more or less. They took just under 3 years. And I watched along with them. And it was kind of good. Really good podcast, that. And they've just started Twin Peaks. And I'm going to watch along with them as well, Twin Peaks, because I really like Twin Peaks. This will be the 8th rewatch of season 1 and 2 for me, and probably the 3rd rewatch of season 3 because I think I watched season 3 twice. But yeah, I just feel really solid. Really enjoyed it. Disney Plus.
Okay. So my first thing is I started watching the One Piece. One Piece, the very quite famous long running anime. It's been going since the anime's been going since 1997. The manga is based
literally
on
nearly thousands episodes. Over 1,000. Oh my god! I've heard it's really good though.
Yeah, it's really fun so far. I'm only like 10 episodes in or something like that, but it's really good. And I'm also watching the live action one that just got put out by Netflix, which is also really good.
Really?
I'm surprised
that's
how good
interesting.
Of an anime adaptation it is.
Okay. That's good to know.
They're pretty bad anime adaptations, especially Netflix ones.
Yeah.
But this one's done really well.
Oh, that's good to know. One Piece, does it you follow a lot of the anime tropes in the
Oh yeah,
it recaps constantly and all that.
See, the thing is, this is one of the original anime kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the shonen big three.
It probably set the template, right?
Yeah. Well, Dragon Ball set the template, then there were 3 others, Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, that kind of established a lot more tropes, and then everything since then has kind of been like that. This is a really good series. It's pirate-themed, which is a nice sort of change. And the only reason it's pirate-themed is because Luffy is kind of a greedy guy. He's a big eater, and he's like, well, heroes don't give up their meat. So... it's very literal. He eats a lot. So,
One Piece is the focus, isn't it, or something?
Yeah. So One Piece is the name of the treasure. Ironically, the best way to explain it is to actually kind of recite the dub rap that they used for an opening. Because you got Monkey D. Luffy. He's made of rubber. Well, how did that happen? He took a bite of gum fruit, which made him turn him into rubber. So there's these things called devil fruits, which if you eat them, you get superpowers. His was rubber. He encounters a few others, such as the slice fruit, which lets you turn yourself into slices, so you can sort of detach body parts. But then you also end up with other characters. So there's Zoro, who's like a samurai that uses 3 swords. You got Nami, the navigator, Usopp, Sanji, the cook, all sorts. And you end up with what they're doing is they're trying to find the One Piece, the famed treasure of Gold Roger,
right?
The former king of the pirates until he was executed.
Yeah.
And whoever finds it becomes the new king of the pirates.
Okay,
so they're on their way there. Nice, simple premise.
It's a quest, right? Is it a quest?
Yeah, it's an ongoing quest thing. It's a very. I know the premise of a bit later on. It becomes like they basically go island to island, kind of just deposing whatever local warlord is there.
Oh, so it becomes more episodic then, right?
Yeah, kinda. But it's more like an arc thing. Like they spend a few episodes on Island A, and then they go to Island B, and then Island C, sort of thing. And they tend to pick people up on their crew. Every so often.
It sounds like it's built to be a long-running show, but it's fundamentally built its DNA. Any quest show can be like that.
The guy who writes it, Eiichiro Oda, he's had the whole thing planned like the entire thing. Like he keeps occasionally. It's
well,
just
let's
like,
hope so. You don't
comes
want any
back.
bullshit at the end, like Lost or something, right?
Yeah. So apparently a lot of the recent stuff is like, oh yeah, the stuff we established right at the start, changing that up a little. Like the stuff we you thought you knew. Okay, here's the more expanded knowledge.
Right,
It's sort of a lies to children sort of thing.
Okay.
Thought you knew of
Okay.
the setting. So
I just got a feeling the end's going to be One Piece is going to be an empty box. You know what I mean?
It may well be.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Like they don't establish what the One Piece is, so they just know it's Gold Rogers' treasure.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds all right.
And various people have described it as like everything. So.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Shall I go to my next one?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
My next one is a Netflix movie called Extraction. Now, apparently it didn't do that well, but I saw a clip from Extraction 2 that looked absolutely amazing. And I thought, I want to watch Extraction 2, so I better watch Extraction 1, right? So I've got the setup. Funny enough, I still haven't watched Extraction 2. I've got it on my to-watch list, but I still haven't. But like I say, there was a clip that just looked mental. Extraction, Chris Hemsworth, right? Basically a for-hire mercenary type who I think specialises in extractions of hostages, right? And basically it's in, I was going to say India, but it's not India. It's Bangladesh, I think. Dhaka, Bangladesh. So it's near India, you know, and it looks very Indian to Western eyes. Basically, he plays a character who is this jobbing guy, but turns out one Indian gangster kidnaps the son of another Indian gangster, and his job is to extract the kid and get out of there, right? However, the guy, the gangster who's got this kid, basically owns the whole town, including the police force.
Challenge.
Yeah. So, and not only that, he gets double crossed. The first gangster doesn't actually want to pay and wants to just, when at the point of extraction, take his son back and kill guy one. But sorry, Chris
turn out well for
these
guys.
So Chris Hemsworth's basically in a really sweat. I mean, you can almost smell this movie because they're crawling through sewers. It's proper gritty. You know, it's John Wicky. It's Rambo, late Rambo-y. It's that kind of thing. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. But you know, there's a lot of I bet that hurt moments. Do you know what I mean? Where people, and at one point, the head gangster. There's a nasty little twist. The head gangster basically finds, I think, kids kind of thieving for him, and says, "Right, what shall I cut off your hand or your foot or something like that?" But then they vow to do whatever he says. So basically, he recruits these kids. Like the oldest one's about 14, I'd say, and down to about 10, as murderous sort of henchmen. And basically, if they don't do what he says, he kills them or their family. So at one point, Chris Hemsworth has to fight these kids, but they're kids. So he's pulling his punches and he's hurting them. He definitely hurts them, but he's not killing them. If it were men, he'd just kill them, right? So his character's called Tyler Rake. He's an Aussie sort of SAS kind of guy, or the equivalent of the SAS kind of guy. So he knows his stuff. He knows what to do. He's got contacts. And weirdly enough, I didn't expect this, but wasn't expecting it. But David Harbour turns up at one point. Okay. It's like, is that David Harbour? Oh yeah, it's David Harbour. He turns up at one point. And there's other things. There's like a support team. This woman's like part of the support team advising him. Sort of telling him where to go and how to get extract from a certain area as safely as possible. So they've got like satellites and stuff to who he's going. But all the gangsters and all the police force are after him. You don't quite realise the police force are after him until a bit in, and then it's like, here we go. Extremely violent, but it's pretty good. And if you got Netflix, it doesn't cost you anything, right? Apparently, The Rock was in the frame to play this originally, but it transferred to Chris Hemsworth. And he does a decent job. He's pretty good in this. And I'm looking forward still to watching Extraction 2, which is set more in Georgia or Ukraine, pre-war, or it's basically in Iceland, whereas Extraction 1 is set in really sweaty, humid place. The second one's set in like a barren wasteland, so it's an interesting contrast. So yeah, I'm gonna get that. And now I said it was a flop, but apparently it was reported as the 4th most watched streaming movie. So that's pretty high of the year in 2020. So that's not bad. Apparently 99 million households watched it. So I don't know what I said about it being a flop was obviously wrong. Obviously wrong. It's got a rating of about 67, which seems about right on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a 6.5. Feels like a pretty solid 6.5 action film. It's not as great as like John Wick, but it's kind of that kind of feel with a touch of the late Rambo about it too, because it's proper. It gets criticised a bit for being, white saviour. White saviour comes in and saves sort of non-white person, but it's Chris Hemsworth, right? But yeah, it's I liked it.
Okay, well, my next one is actually a video game I bought recently. It's Armored Core 6. It's a mech building game where you go off and you play in this post-apocalyptic world called Rubicon.
Okay.
Basically, the overall premise is you're a what's called a pilot with no memory, no backstory, no nothing. You're just some random guy that's been bought by this handler to run mercenary jobs, basically. And he's
okay.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is it a AAA?
You're just in. Yeah, it's made by From Software, who you'll know from Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls.
They don't mess about. Yeah,
they don't mess about at all. And this is a mech game. It's actually quite a long-running series of theirs. They had the first few installments were on like the early PlayStation consoles, and I think the most recent one prior to this was actually like a 360 game. But
can I ask, was that Armored Core 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Was that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
There's a few there's like Armored Core 1. It's like pretty much one expansion plus expansion, and they have extra names, so it's like 1 and then one extra, 2 Nexus, 3, that sort of thing, where they like to release it as like a 1.5 version.
Yeah, and this one's called Rubicon. Fires of Rubicon.
Yeah, the Fires of Rubicon. However, this is just 6. So it's you basically can customize and build your own mech to your own like fun little things. So that all the different stuff has different like abilities. So normal legs, you got your legs. Back bent legs, like T-Rex legs.
Yeah.
They jump higher. You can even get tank treads as legs, and you can like Tokyo Drift with them.
Wow.
But yeah, and it's a lot of very, very difficult, very intricate mech fighting, and also there's the chaff units that you kill by the hundreds. So.
Oh, that's always fun. And also you get more for your buck in time, don't you? It feels like an hour of that. It probably feels like 6 hours of another.
Well, instead of being like an open world sort of like you just sort of play for a bit, it's mission based. So you're like, I'm going to go on this mission, and you do that. Get your pay.
Nice.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
The game is kind of brutal with its payment, because you're in a business in the game. You have to pay for all your ammo. So at the end of the mission,
it's a bit of
at the end of the mission,
resource.
there is a thing that's like, hey, you spent like $10,000 worth in ammo. We're taking that off your pay.
Yeah. So there's a bit of management of resource too.
Yeah.
So when you say it's mission based, is it right?
Yeah,
I'm picking that mission. You start, or is it open world and you pick the missions as you go?
You pick missions from a menu.
Oh, okay, that sounds all right.
And then you get dropped.
And presumably they're escalate.
You're locked into an area for that.
Are the harder missions locked off until you do the easier ones? Is it that kind of?
You progress through the mission sort of structure, and you can go back and play old missions to get like a better score on them, because there's like a ranking system. So. And
how long is a mission?
Missions, I've done ones that have been like 2 minutes. I've done ones that have been like 20. So I'm still going through.
It's fairly short then. That's good. Because the problem with that is it's always, I'll have one more before bedtime. But at least it's, open world stuff. You just
and if you die, you can actually, the missions have checkpoints, and you can rebuild your mech between the missions,
point.
between the checkpoints.
Okay. Oh,
so you can be like, okay, this wasn't working out on this part. I'll rebuild to like my heavily armored super tank mode. Like go through tank it. It's like, but I now have to fight a mech, so I'm gonna change it to my more agile, like lock on strat sort of thing. Okay. So that nothing misses, but I'm also able to dodge sort of thing.
Yeah,
but yeah. It's a really fun game. Really, you get really into it because there's been a few nights where I've stayed up late just doing like okay, I can beat it this time. I've got the right build. I know I can beat him. Just got to do it right. And then 3 attempts later, I'm still sitting there.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Right, mine is an entire franchise I want to discuss. I watched every movie in this franchise, 27 movies. And I bet you've only seen a few of them, but I'm pretty sure you have seen a few of them, which is the Carry On franchise.
I've only seen like 2 or 3 of these.
Okay. They certainly have kind of 3 phases, right? And they could be kind of split up into decades, right? So in the 50s, the very early ones was Carry On Sergeant, Nurse and Teacher. Teacher, I think, was the very first one. And it's the least typical Carry On of all of them. So it kind of... Carry On Sergeant is where you started to get the ensemble going and it was kind of working. The 60s one where I think they probably peaked, and we're talking Carry On Screaming, which is my personal favourite Carry On film. But also things like Carry On Cleo and things like that. And then the 70s where it kind of got just smutty and not as clever, the wordplay. There was some of that bleeding in from the 60s too. But there's still a bit of value in some of the later ones. I have to say Kenneth Williams is the through line for me in terms of funny. I know that Sid James and Barbara Windsor and things like Kenneth Connor, I kind of mentioned. Kenneth Connor's probably the second most valued person in the whole lot, I'd say, because he's pretty funny. But it's definite peak and trough. And one of the worst ones ever is one of the last ones, which was Carry On Emmanuel. It was awful. It was just terrible. In fact, they tried to reboot it in the 90s. I should have mentioned this. Carry On Columbus with like modern comedians, like Rick Mayall and Julian Clary and things like that.
Okay.
Which was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was better than Carry On Emmanuel anyway. But yeah, I enjoyed the middle section. I really like the early ones too, but it kind of gets to a point where the later ones is like, ugh. But having said that, there's a few high points in the later ones. I particularly liked Carry On Behind, which had virtually none of the original casting apart from Kenneth Williams, but they got in some fresh blood and it kind of gave it a bit more energy, so that was kind of fun. Which ones have you seen?
I've seen Carry On Screaming, because I think we did this.
Yeah, you like that, don't you?
And I vaguely remember Carry On Spying, and I think I've seen another one, but I can't remember which one it was.
Carry On Spying's very early 60s, yeah. That was fun, because they were kind of making jokes about James Bond, weren't they? I'm 00... Charles Hutchinson says, I'm 000, and he goes, who gave you that number? He goes, well, they looked at me, and they went, oh, uh-oh. There's that kind of stuff, right? And and Doctor.
I do remember a few
Dr.
jokes
Crow
that really wouldn't fly.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. But yeah, it was a fun. I'm glad I did it, but the later ones I really feel tired and like. But there was a couple, even in the later ones, I still enjoyed quite a lot. I quite like Carry On England and Carry On Behind, for example. But they were all right. Yeah. Okay, that's me for that bit.
Okay, so my next one is actually a Disney Plus TV series. TV streaming episodic series. It's called Only Murders in the Building.
I hear good things about this. Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've only watched like 3 episodes of it, but it's really fun. It's Steve Martin. It's Steve Martin, Selena Gomez, and there's one other I can't remember. Martin Short. They play these 3 people who are all really invested in true crime, like podcasts. So like real people kind of investigating cold cases.
Okay.
And then a murder happens in their building, and you start to find out more about each individual character.
So may I ask, is each episode a self-contained story, or is it...
No, it's just kind of ongoing.
Okay, so they're investigating a murder.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, it's really fun. I kind of don't want to say too much because it spoils, but like you got Steve Martin as like this kind of washed out actor from like I think it's supposed to be 80s or 90s like detective show.
Right.
You've got Martin Short's like a former Broadway producer who like blew all his budget and goodwill in the industry.
Right.
And then Selena Gomez is like this. She's a young kind of just every woman. Like she's just there kind of flipping her aunt's apartment. She's just redecorating.
I haven't seen Selena Gomez in anything in ages, so I'd be interested to see how she is.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's kind of
a pretty good actress,
but
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll give this a go. There's two recent shows that I keep hearing good things about. Only Murders in the Building is one. The other one's called Poker Face. I've heard that's really good. If you like sort of 70s detective shows like Columbo, it's kind of a variant of those. Each episode is a story rather than it being an ongoing investigation. So you can watch it and be fully satisfied at the end of the episode. But a woman is the lead and she's kind of pretty clever, and it's kind of got a kind of, you know, Whedon-esque kind of vibe, I think.
Yeah.
But it's got a 70s feel, but it's proper also a 2020s feel. So it sounds quite good. I want to give that a go. But Murders in the Building also sounds pretty good. How many episodes in season 1, do you know?
Let me just check.
Is it 8 or 10?
I'm going to try and see how many episodes there are without spoilers. 10.
10. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's manageable. What are they? An hour? A bit less.
A bit less than that. They're like I think they're like half hour or something like that.
Okay. Oh, that's.
It's one of those where I'm not sure because I'm kind of engrossed in it.
Yeah, so you don't really care, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Right. My next one is a movie by the Marx Brothers again. I know I talked about them last time.
Classic.
But this was Duck Soup. It was Duck Soup.
Okay,
It's the
yeah.
peak. It's a 10 out of 10 movie. This film just cracks along and makes me laugh. It's got so many moments that are hilarious, and they still kind of work. It's amazing they still kind of work. Though I have to say, there's a certain scene in the one I talked about last time, which I think was Horse Feathers. No, Monkey Business, right? Where Harpo goes nuts with all this paperwork around him that it just always cracks me up. Just seeing it every time. It's my favourite Marx Brothers moment. Harpo, I think, is my favourite out of them because he's so bananas and off the hook. Though I think the whole lot, all three of the main ones are really, you know, Chico, Harpo, and Groucho are really solid. But Duck Soup is amazing, you know. Even a 5-year-old child could understand this. Run out and give me a 5-year-old child. All that. Your Excellency, you're not so bad yourself. All that kind of stuff. It's really, really fun. I am continuing watching it. I watched Night at the Opera a couple of days ago. That's got one of the classic sort of lines in it of Groucho and Chico going for a contract, talking about, I don't want this clause, and he says, what's this clause? He goes, it's about, you know, if either of us are found insane, it all gets null and void. He goes, I've never heard of this. He goes, yeah, it's in every contract. It's called a sanity clause. And Chico's like, there ain't no sanity clause. Yeah, it's that one, right? Yeah, so Duck Soup, really. I mean, it's under 70 minutes, I'd say, and just cracks along. And Groucho's just picking fights with everyone. You know,
that's
he
kind
keeps
of
starting wars up. He keeps starting wars.
He just gets beef with everyone.
Yeah. It's very fun. This Duck Soup, 10 out of 10 for me. Yes, back to you.
Okay, now my last one is the Ahsoka TV show. Which is now
I'm watching this too. Yeah,
it's really good. Are you up to date on it?
Yes, I watched episode 5 last night. Ooh, very solid. Really pays off if you're. I mean, you can watch it without having seen it.
But it's
pays off from Clone Wars and Rebels, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love. Okay. Spoilers.
Do you wanna do spoilers?
Like, the pictures have been circulating.
Okay, all right.
Hayden Christensen
let's say
is great
2
minutes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's in the cast.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay, that's
all I'm gonna do.
Not spoiler.
So, Hayden Christensen is amazing in this.
And I have to say, it's so difficult. We have to be careful. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but there's a bit where they kind of recreate the Clone Wars, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think the actress playing the young Ahsoka is the actress who played the young Gamora.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
It's kind of incredible when Hayden Christensen is speaking lines not written by George Lucas, how good he is.
He's good, yeah. He is good. He is good. Yeah, absolutely.
People really destroyed this man's career.
He was given such terrible dialogue, and it was delivered flatly, but as well.
Yeah.
It isn't just the dialogue, but it did not help. It did not help.
Yeah.
But
it's really good.
Probably the best Star Wars series since Mandalorian season 2. I'd say.
Yeah, I've not seen Andor yet, but that's apparently amazing. So.
A lot of people really love it. I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it enough. It got better as it went, and I thought it feels a little overrated by people to me because it's gritty. It's gritty Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. But when I see gritty Star Wars, I want like Jedi's chopping people's heads off. That's what I want from gritty Star Wars. Graphically, that's what I want. There's been some good Star Wars series though. Having said that, there's the various animated ones that are really solid, and Clone Wars season 7 was amazing. Or was it 7? The last one. Anyway.
Season 7, yeah.
The one that came quite late. That was amazing too. And ties quite a lot into this series as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, all right, enough said about that. Right, my last one is a proper turd. It's just a bad. It kind of is odd. The way they did it was odd. And it is Transformers 3. Dark of the Moon. Oh my God! I thought the first 2 were bad, but it was Shia LaBeouf. Oh, however you say it, is it LaBeouf?
Shia
LaBeouf. It feels like he's on crack.
Yeah, he's a bit mental the entire time.
He's like. He just shouts everything and acts like
he's constantly screaming. Megan Fox is out of this one because she
and honestly, this one, watching this, you realise actually Megan Fox was pretty good because the actress they got to replace is like, oh God, she's a model. She's not really an actress. That's the thing. I think she played one of the brides in Mad Max Fury Road. Non-speaking part. Yeah, she was all right in that, but and they totally wreck a classic line from Star Trek as well, because Leonard Nimoy's in it. They entirely gratuitously and unnecessarily quote a really famous line from Star Trek. Why did you do that? I just hate you more.
Which one was it?
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. It's like,
So the main thing I kind of the only thing I remember from this one is Laserbeak, the weird like bird thing that like turns into a TV and many other things. And it's like, I'm gonna. He's basically the plan for him is to make people look like they've committed suicide while he murders them. Except he just like full-bodily shoves someone out a window and then goes on a rampage in like an office building.
It doesn't work.
Shia LaBeouf's in. It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah, it's bad. One thing I will say about it is, was it directed by Bay again? It was.
Yes.
I felt the action was more coherent in this one than the other two. In that I understood, that's the good robot and that's the bad robot. Whereas in the other ones, it's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just watching robots hitting each other, and I don't know I don't know. I can't work out what's going on. But in this one, I could actually work out what was going on. And it was kind of nice to see Bumblebee. The only good thing about it was John Turturro and Frances McDormand. They were pretty fun. And then there's one scene right at the end with the pair of them that's very funny. I actually did enjoy that quite a lot. John Turturro was the only... and the thing is, Frances McDormand was fairly flat character, but she's Frances McDormand, so she could project through that. Whereas John Turturro was nuttier, but in a good way. There was a turn by John Malkovich. I could not believe in this.
Yeah,
why would you do that to your career?
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen it. You have seen it. Then.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Oh my God, was it bad? Was it? It was awful, wasn't it?
Stupid things like the Shia LaBeouf's boss that he gets jealous of.
Yeah.
The girlfriend.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
he says,
the Decepticons will need slaves. It's like, and are you willingly offering yourself to this? What?
yeah, it sounds like he's a Quisling from the beginning and knew about. It's fun. It's fun. Some of the turns in the is amazing. It's like, the boss turns out to be somehow because, and his rationale is, oh yeah, but we were accountants for NASA back in the 60s, and then we found out all this stuff, so we know all about this. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
I did laugh a lot though.
Just kind of die. Like,
but
it's like, this robot. Okay, we'll just like reintroduce it and dead.
Yeah, the thing is also, and also the terrible JFK insertions as well. But I was watching it. I have to say, I did enjoy watching it, but it was a terrible film. And I was like, Shia LaBeouf will tone it down a notch in a minute. Yeah, any minute now.
He just started screaming.
No, he does it the whole film. It's like, what was he on? Has he got mental problems or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realise. Sorry, I did not realise. I didn't mean to. And
no, I don't mean I don't know about real life, but I
feels like he
strongly
has.
suspect he does, or at least the character does. So
also, the guy from one of the guys from Fast and Furious, Tyrese Gibson, turns up in a role that is nothing. I think he was in the first one as well. Oh, was he? Oh, I don't remember that.
That's how fucking forgettable it was.
Yeah, I mean, Shia LaBeouf really shit the bed, but also I have to say John Malkovich could not believe how, it's like, what? But the thing is, he sometimes turns up as like a comic character. In decent, he was all right Johnny English, for example. He was all right in that kind of role. But this, it was just, oh my God. This is hateful.
Yeah. I'd be less annoyed if the action was good, but Optimus Prime spends like half of the last part of the film suspended upside down from wires.
Yeah,
so
I was just
not even because of like a Decepticon thing, he just gets tangled and stays there.
I'm just checking. I cannot believe how many Transformers films there are. I'm surprised Dark of the Moon didn't tank the whole lot. It must have made money, right?
I think it's one of those ones where it just makes an absurd amount of money in like China or something like that. Like it's like foreign box office is insane.
Yeah.
I
mean, after this came, get this, there's 5 more. So there's 8.
Yeah.
Age of Extinction.
Age of Extinction and Last Night were bad. Bumblebee was good.
I've heard Bumblebee was good.
I've heard is middling at best.
And the next one's called One. And basically, Optimus Prime, the guy that does Optimus Prime's not in One. Did he die? Maybe? I don't know. But Chris Hemsworth is the voice of Optimus Prime in One, which is weird. Ties up to our Extraction.
What?
Chris Hemsworth, One is the next film.
Yeah.
Right? I know it's good. All right. Transformers 8, which is called One. Transformers 8 has Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. How about that? And they've got some wicked. They've got Scarlett Johansson voicing someone too. Oh my God! They must have paid her a shitload of money to do that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
this looks like it's going to be a bit more of a goofy film. Yeah. I might actually watch this. How's Fishbone in this? Okay.
Yeah. If Michael Bay's direct, the thing is, there are a couple of Michael Bay films I really like, but his direction is usually so no characters were involved in the making.
An animated prequel film.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That makes a bit more sense.
But Michael Bay is definitely. If you want characterization, don't watch a Michael Bay film much, unless they've got really good actors.
Stunts, and that's about it.
Yeah, unless they've got really good charismatic actors working for it. Like he made The Rock, right? That was great.
Yeah.
The Rock is great because it's got Nick Cage and Sean Connery, right, and Ed Harris.
He also made Pearl Harbor. So.
I went to see that at the cinema. God, it was
poor you.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, it was bad. All right, anyway, that one's that Transformers 3. I don't know why I did it to myself. I honestly don't.
Why jumping on 3? Was it like
I don't know. It was on, and I just, and I thought, okay, I've got nothing better to do, and honestly, but the thing is, I couldn't stop watching because it was like, Yeah.
Oh,
Shia
the
LaBeouf's going to
meltdown.
tone this down.
The slow, this is one of those films where you put it on and you can kind of feel your brain melting. But the lights are flashy and fun, and
what made me laugh was Shia LaBeouf job interviews. It reminded me of. Do you remember in Trainspotting? In Trainspotting, where the guy they give him
the guys
coke.
they keep giving each other like heroin and cocaine so they can like collapse job interviews.
It felt like that. The whole film felt like that. Actually,
except he's the keeper of like a superhero, basically. So why is he not getting like a government stipend or something like that? Why is he not completely set?
Yeah,
but he still lives in like a penthouse apartment
with the most. I mean, he's so punching over his weight with Megan Fox and the lady they got in this. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, all right. And we talked about Transformers 3 way more about it than anything else.
Yeah. See, this is why at the negative side, it's like if it's fun, if there's a lot to talk about, it's a high negative.
I mean, we could definitely just tear of us just sit and watch this and do a we haven't done one of these since the early days, have we? Just sit and watch a film and talk about it as we. Yeah. Oh no, but it was grim. We're
going to do the Transformers franchise of films.
Oh no!
And if so, we're going to start with Oscar Wilde's last performance.
What?
Transformers the movie.
Okay. No, I don't know what. Oh, is that
yeah, the like 1980s one. Yeah.
I'd watch that. All right, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's the last appearance of.
You don't mean Oscar Wilde? You mean?
No, I don't think.
No, because he died in 1910 or something.
Oh, I think of that.
Yeah. Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. That's it.
Yes, Orson Welles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right then. Let's wind down there. That was kind of. I really wasn't expecting to get much mileage. I thought I was just going to make gagging noises and that'd be it, really. But there you go. All right. Cool. All right then. Till next time. Bye from me.
Bye.